These are the most insane Samsung deals I've ever seen. And it's not just hyperbole, it's ridiculous. So the two phones here, the Z Fold 6, crazy, crazy cheap for this phone. And then the S24 Ultra, good deals as well. And here I'll just get to the numbers. Guess how much you can get a Z Fold 6 for right now without trade-in? $800 off. I'm not sure how much longer this sale runs. It doesn't really say on the website. Maybe it does. But anyway, so Black Friday right now, $800 off, instant rebate. Don't have to trade anything in. You can get the Z Fold 6 for $1,099. That's $200 cheaper than the S24 Ultra MSRP. That's insanely cheap. So that's a good deal. And then if you have, like, let's say a Z Fold 5, you can get up to like $1,200 for that. You can end up getting, overall, after everything, you can get a Z Fold 6 for $399 if you trade in a Z Fold 5. And they're doing the same thing if you trade in an S24 Ultra. So if you had the S24 Ultra, you decide you want to go to the foldable, you can trade it in. You can get a Z Fold 6 for $399. And then you have the if you trade in the Z Fold 4, they're giving still, I think, $1,000 or $1,100. Sorry, I have to look off my screen. I can't remember exactly. But yeah, it's like $1,100, which is crazy. And then if you trade in a Z Fold 3, they're still giving you $1,000. So yeah, it's $1,200 if you trade in a Z Fold 5 or an S24 Ultra, $1,100 for a Z Fold 4, and then $1,000 for a Z Fold 3 still. And if you even trade in the S23 Ultra, you still get $1,000. Imagine trading in a phone that's almost 2 years old and still getting $1,000 when that phone cost $1,200 2 years ago. That's insanely ridiculous. So if you're in the market to get a Z Fold 6, fantastic phone. Still probably my favorite foldable, but of course there is the conversation. Finally bought the Pixel 9 Pro Fold. I've been using that. I'm gonna have another video about that soon. But I wanted to get this one out to let you know that's insane. I mean, you can get a Pixel 9 Pro Fold for $14.99 without trade-in, which is cool at the moment. But you can get this for $1,099. So you can get this $400 cheaper than the Pixel 9 Pro Fold without trade-in. So that's a significantly better deal. And then if you trade something in, $399 max trade-in value. That's crazy. So the S24 Ultra, it's not as good of a deal if you don't trade something in. They're giving an instant rebate of like $470. Really, you can get the 512 version for $949 if you don't trade something in. But the same thing with the 256. They'll still give you the 256 for $949, but it's like $350 off, right? So that's not that incredible of a deal, especially since the S25 is coming out in basically less than 2 months. But if you trade in an S23 Ultra, you can get it for like $499. Like, you can trade in your S23 Ultra. Let me put the price here. Yeah, $499 if you trade in an S23 Ultra. So that's still a really good deal. If you got an S23 Ultra laying around and you want to get like $900 basically, $800, that's a really good deal. Now, talking about the S25, a lot of people are excited about it. It's coming out in January, presumably. That's when we're anticipating it, and it's going to be fantastic. New Snapdragon 8 Elite processor, all that crazy stuff. But some people like to get better deals. Some people don't care about having the latest and greatest. Say, if you're sitting there on an S22 Ultra at home, I'll tell you the price right now. If you're sitting at home on an S22 Ultra and you want to get rid of it, you want to trade it into Samsung and save some money, you can get $700 for that sucker. $700 for a phone that's basically 3 years old towards this one. So, yeah, the S24 Ultra, a fantastic phone. One of the best phones this year. It's always one of the best flagships you can get in the Android world. And both of these phones are great. 7 years of support, 7 years of operating system updates. Of course, we're coming up on the first year, so it'll soon be 6 years. But still, 6 years of support, fantastic. Snapdragon 8 Generation 3 processor, plenty of RAM. They're great phones. And then, of course, with the Z Fold, you get the S Pen, you get DeX. Those are two things that just are not replicated out there in the foldable phone market. I mean, I've got my Pixel 9 Pro Fold right here, and I do miss having an S Pen. So it's not just a gimmick. The S Pen on a phone that turns into a tablet is a really nice thing. Plus, hey, if you like the old Note series, the S24 Ultra is basically the Note. But if you go back even further, if you trade in a S20 Ultra, you can still get $400. If you trade in S23, you can get $400. So they are really big on trying to keep you in the ecosystem. If you got a phone from a couple years ago, they still give better trade-in value than basically anyone. I mean, the carriers sometimes have deals when the new phones come out where it's like trade in any Samsung phone or whatever, and that's pretty cool. But you're locked into like a 3-year installment agreement, whereas this is like outright instant update stuff. And they have some big deals too. It's like 30% off on watches and 60% off on the earbuds. So you can get 60% off on the Galaxy Buds Pro 2, or is it Pro 2? Sorry, there's so many numbers in my head. Yeah, you can get the new earbuds, which are fantastic. Buds 3 Pro, that's right. I reviewed them. I should know better. But anyway, you can get those if you buy one of the phones. You can also get a big discount, $95 for those. And you can get the Galaxy Watch Ultra for $304. That's a really good deal. Like, if you want to get yourself the Samsung ecosystem, you're waiting. This is the time of year you do your shopping. It's Black Friday, all that stuff. Anyway, so not saying you need to go buy any of this stuff. I never tell people you should go buy this, but just letting you know, these are the best deals I've seen all year on these phones. I mean, straight up $800 instant rebate on an $1,899 phone is ludicrous. It's $200 cheaper than this phone, the regular price of this phone. So that's great. And then, yes, there are some great trade-in deals. You can get even more off. Like if you trade in a Z Fold 5, you can get a Z Fold 6 for $399. That's just insane, right? So anyway, that's all I got. I'm going to sign off here. I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Hopefully you had a great time, good food, good time with family, had a safe trip. Or even if you just spent some time by yourself watching TV, playing video games, eating Waffle House. As long as you're happy, you had a good time, I hope it was a great holiday. So now it's time to ramp up for the rest of the holiday season. And if you're looking for a new phone, well, might be a good time to buy. So that's all I've got. If you have any questions, comments, gripes, concerns, complaints, that's all I got. Go to the comments section if you have anything. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time.